Good morning, YouTube. So as you can probably tell, this is going to be a slightly different video to what I normally do. It's going to be slightly less edited, a little bit more raw. And I just wanted to talk about walking. And as you can see, this title of this video is called Walking is Your Privilege. And by the way, my name's Dr. Stephen. I'm a chiropractor based in Reading. And if you don't know me and you are new here, then please do consider subscribing for new videos like this one twice a week. I'm passionate about helping people to optimize their health and living pain-free. Now, today I'm going to talk about walking. I've done a couple of videos on walking, and the reason why is because I think that there is a big epidemic within our society, and particularly we've seen in the last year a big health crisis. And I think one of the biggest causes, or let's say a cause, I won't want to make a big statement there, but is due to the state of our health and as a general, as a whole, as a country. And it doesn't seem to be getting better. It seems to be getting worse if you look over the trajectory of the last 50 to 100 years. And I think one of the reasons why is because we're getting less exercise. We are privileged to live in a society where if you want to, you don't actually have to do much movement, much walking. And I think, well, one of the biggest reasons for that is so many things now are automated, and if you wanted to, if you had a bit of money, you can stay in your house and hardly move, which a lot of us have experienced, particularly in this last year, because there hasn't been as much reason to get out. But the title of this video is Walking is Your Privilege, and my point is that I think if you can walk, then I think you should. And if you're not walking, I think you're doing yourself a disservice. Now, that doesn't have to be walking, that has to be, I think, exercise, because we know the health effects of exercise, of moving, and when we stop moving, that's when things start going downhill. So many of our systems within our body rely on movement. Our bodies have over 360 joints, and they require movement and proper function for them to have proper health and to stop them from wearing out. In fact, the joints within our body are actually the reverse to anything else that will wear out in our society. Anything that's mechanical, a car, anything like that will actually wear out over time, and with the more use that has. But the body is the reverse. The more that we use our joints, the less that they wear out, particularly if it's in a symmetrical and functional way. Joints wear out faster in our body when they don't have enough movement, which is probably contrary to popular belief. They did a study where they looked at rats, and maybe potentially a little bit immoral, but they immobilized their neck for, I think it was something like 4 to 6 weeks, or maybe a bit longer. And then they observed the degeneration with the neck compared to a control group that didn't have their neck immobilized. And they saw that there was a huge amount of degeneration within the necks of those that had it immobilized, so they couldn't move it, compared to those that didn't. And so we know that the joints need moving, and joints need moving not just for the joints, but also for stimulation. The spine needs movement to get stimulation to the brain, and the brain is going to be having negative effects if it's not going to be moved. And so very, very vital for that, but also many other systems. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl, I think is a very, very applicable statement here. Because a bit about me, I have had many different ailments growing up. I think I've been quite a skinny, slender guy, and I think my frame hasn't taken it quite as well. And so this is how I actually got into chiropractic, is that I had back issues as a teenager, got fixed by a chiropractor, my auntie, which was amazing, and that's how I wanted to get into chiropractic. But that was the first thing that stopped me from doing sports or exercise for a little while. I got back into it, and then I had different issues like knee pain and hip issues and neck issues. And so I just feel like throughout my kind of teenage years and early 20s, I've had issues with running, but the thing that I could always do pretty much was walk. And you could easily get to that point and say, I can't run, so I'm therefore not even going to walk. But I think it's your privilege to walk. If you can walk, you should walk. If you can crawl, you should crawl, because if not, I think you're doing yourself a disservice. So that's my message today, a little bit more of a motivational message to encourage you to get out and walk and do your health a service, to optimize your health as much as possible. And it can be something as simple as walking. And I know that walking can seem something very monotonous and something that we only do to get to the car or go to the garden, and something so we feel like we do this every day anyway, but we need that intentional walking, those long walks. And so I'll encourage you to put it into your morning routine, or to put it at the end of your day, or make some time to move. It doesn't have to be walking, but it does need to be movement. So I hope you're having a good day, and I will look forward to seeing you on my next video. Take care. Bye bye.